All right. And once we have the single product page in place, now in the products.js, let's iterate over the products that are coming from the data. And then for every item, I want to return an article. We'll have to use the key since, of course, this is a React. And then I want to access product name as well as product ID, which I'll pass into this link. And notice the URL. Again, this needs to match whatever we have in app.js. Since in the app.js we have products and then product ID, this is where we dynamically pass in the ID property, which is going to be in every product. And once we set this one up, then in the single product, we'll use that ID. And instead of rendering it on the screen like we have right now, we'll basically pull out that one specific product, then we'll get the image and name, and then we'll display it. Now, before we continue, let me right away say that yes, normally we'll get this data from the API or database or whatever, but since I want to keep this nice and cute, that's why I prepared this data.js, which essentially is just an array of products. Each product has the ID, so this is something we'll see over here in the URL, name as well as the image, which is just an external URL. So these images are stored on a cloud somewhere, so that way we don't need to bother with the local image setup. So first, let's go to a product.js. And we want to get the data. Now, if you want, of course, you can log it, but I'm just going to assume that it's there. And also, we want to get the link because each and every product will be wrapped in a link. So React router down. Then after that, let's go with import, then product from. And like I said, we're looking for the data.js. And as far as the return, it looks like for some reason I set it up as a React fragment. My bad. Let me just remove. We'll have a section here. We'll have product. And then right after that, we want to go with div with the class of product. So again, there's a little bit of styling over there. Let's go with product map. We're mapping over. And then as far as the return, let's go for product again. If you want to log it, you can definitely do so. In my case, I know that essentially there is going to be all of those properties. So I want to return article. I do want to add right away a key, and I'll just say here product ID. Then I also want to go with heading 5, and I'll say product name. And also we want to set up that link. Now, I believe previously I mentioned that we'll wrap it. My apologies. We'll just set up the link here. So let's go here with link to, and now remember, this is dynamic. So now we are not passing this manually 4, 5, 6, or 7. We actually go with product path and then that dynamic ID value. So let's go with template string, then product, then /, and now let's access that sucker. Let's say product, then ID, and then inside of it, let's just say more info. Let's save it, and this is that single product, so we won't see anything. But if we navigate back, check it out. Now we have a list of products, title, as well as the link. So this is going to be more info. Now notice we have this unique ID in 2 places. We have it over here, and we also render it. So now we just need to add some code to single product, where first I'll grab it. Okay, that's good. But I also want to get the products from there, right? From the data. So products from then data. Okay, good. Like I keep saying, normally this is going to happen with some kind of fetch request from the API and all that, but not in this case. So I want to get the single product, and that is going to be with products, then use find, and then I'll just say, get me the product whose ID matches the product ID. So product here, and then return a product ID equals to product ID, like so. So product.id equals to product ID. Beautiful. Then let's pull out image and name. We don't need the ID anymore. And then let's set it up in our return, where first we're going to go with a heading 5, I guess. And instead of product ID, I want to display the name. And then right above it or below it or whatever, let's just go with img source, and that will be equal to that external image. So let's set up the image over here. If you want, we can also set up the alternative. Let's close the image, and as a result, we get this single product. And like I said, now we can set up 1,000 products. So we can render them in the products page, and then for each product, there's going to be a single product page, essentially, which acts as a placeholder. We'll fetch the data about that one specific product, and we'll render that in the single product page.